Hello and welcome to today's science lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our lap and close our eyes. When you're ready guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Excellent. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch our toes. Now, let's go back up high again. And this time, can we go tippy-toe high? And when we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down to touch our toes. Stand up, guys. Now for some rotations. Left, right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent. And now we'll do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. And to finish, we'll do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So who can remember what we learnt about in our previous science lesson? Directions. Directions is right. Well remembered, guys. So let's write that word on the board first. D, I, R, E, C, T, I, O, N, S. Directions. Very good, guys. And do you remember one of the ways that we learnt about directions? Compass. Excellent, Dan. We used an instrument called a compass. And on the compass, we did all of our different directions. So how do we spell compass? Perfect. Compass. So what we'll do now, as a recap of the previous lesson, is I will draw a compass on the board, and I will have my students come forward and demonstrate their knowledge by drawing each of the directions on the points on the compass. So first of all, guys, I will draw a compass. And we can start with a circle. And to begin, we will do the 4 main points. So we have our compass, but we don't yet have any directions. So what I'll ask my students to do now is close their eyes. And when they wake up, one of them will have a pen, and they will have to draw the different directions in the right places on the compass. So let's see who can go first. Okay, let's open our eyes, guys. So who has the pen first? Pak Bung, can you come and join me at the front, please? So, to begin our demonstration, we're starting with the 4 main points on the compass. Now, who can remember what the very top of the compass is? What that? North. Yes, the top of the compass, and it will always point to north. So let's write north here, guys. N-O-R-T-H. Perfect. The top of the compass will always point to north. All together, guys, north. Excellent, Pak Bung. Big high five and round of applause for Pak Bung. Now we need another student to demonstrate another point. So let's see, who can we use? Okay, let's open our eyes, guys. Our next point on the compass will be done by Net. So Net, come and join me at the front, please. So we've got the point at the top of the compass, north. But who can remember what direction is at the bottom point? South. Yes. So how do we spell south, guys? S-O-U-T-H. Excellent. S-O-U-T-H. That's excellent, Net. So at the top, north. And at the bottom, south. One more time, Ned. South. Brilliant. Well done. High five and a big round of applause for Ned. Okay, so that's 2 of the main points or directions on the compass done. But we still need more done. So let's see who can go next. Let's open our eyes, guys. Who has the pen now? The pen now is with Nadia. So we have our left direction on the compass or our right. Nadia, which one will you choose? Okay, Nadia's gone for the point or the direction on the right. And can anybody remember the direction on the right of the compass? East. Excellent. And how do we spell east, guys? E-A-S-T. Perfect, Nadia. That's brilliant. So we have east, north, south, and one more direction to go. So Nadia, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia. So let's see who can demonstrate our 4th main direction on the compass. Okay, and now the pen is with Chu. So Chu can now demonstrate our final direction on the compass, which is What's our final direction, guys? West. So Q, can you write west on the board, please? W, E, S, T. Okay, so Q has successfully written our fourth direction on the board. West.
West.
Can we all say again, guys? West.
West.
Excellent, Q. Very well done. High five and a big round of applause for Q. So, the four main points or directions on a compass: north, south, east, and west. But do you remember we have four other directions and points on a compass too? The places that are in between each of our four main points. Can anybody remember the direction we call that is between north and between east? Northeast. Excellent. We simply write north, N-O-R-T-H, east, E-A-S-T. And then, going further down, between south and east, what will we call this point? Not east-south, southeast. S-O-U-T-H. E-A-S-T. Excellent. So that's one side of our compass complete. Now to the other side. Now what do we think about the point between north and west? What will that be called?
Northwest.
Northwest, yes. North, N-O-R-T-H-W-E-S-T. And finally, our last point, between south and west, southwest. Okay. S-O-U-T-H. Excellent, guys. We've now got our 8 main points or directions on the compass. North, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. Excellent, guys. Very well remembered. And now we're going to move on in today's lesson, and we're going to look at 2 of these directions or points in particular. We're going to look at north, and then at the very bottom we're going to look at south. Excellent. So now imagine our compass is a globe. It's the world. Does anybody remember the points that we have at the top and at the bottom of the planet? They are called poles. Yes, the very top of planet Earth is a pole, and the very bottom of planet Earth is a pole too. Does anybody know the name of the pole at the top? North Pole. And does anybody know the name of the pole at the bottom? South Pole. Yes. So today we're going to do a look at North and South Poles. So what we've got first is a video and a PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe and listen to get a better understanding of the similarities and the differences between North and South Poles. So let's turn our screens to take a look, guys. And now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about North and South Poles. So remember, the North Pole, sometimes known as the Arctic, is at the very top of the world here. And the South Pole, which is also known as the Antarctic, is at the bottom, the very southern point of the planet. On our planet, we have 2 polar regions. Yes, these are the names given to the poles. and they're both very cold. What can you see in the picture here, guys? Ice, yes, a big piece of ice. Do you know what that's called? Iceberg. Yes, when we get a very big rock made of ice in the sea, it's known as an iceberg. The North Pole is the Arctic region. Yes, if you hear Arctic, that's the North Pole. The North Pole is situated in an ocean surrounded by land. Yes, so the North Pole is in the sea. It's in an ocean surrounded by land. And sometimes you can see animals too. Can anybody spot the animal in this picture? Yes, you can see here. He's quite hard to see because he's white like the snow. But in the Arctic, they have polar bears. Polar bears live in the North Pole. Yes, if we go to the North Pole, we might see a polar bear. The South Pole is the Antarctic region. The South Pole is situated on land surrounded by ocean. Yes, so that's a big difference. The North Pole is in the ocean surrounded by land. The South Pole is on land surrounded by ocean. And what can you see in this picture, guys? Does anybody know the name of this? Igloo, yes. An igloo is a house made of ice and snow. And you'll see them in the North Poles and the South Poles too. Penguins live in the South Pole. So remember, polar bears in the North Pole, penguins in the South Pole. The temperature in the North Pole reaches, ready for this, minus 40 degrees. That's freezing. Freezing is 0 degrees. And then go colder, another 40 degrees, and that's the North Pole. Absolutely freezing cold. But people do live there. These people are known as Inuits, and they live in the North Pole. The temperature in the South Pole reaches minus 70 degrees. So that's freezing is 0, and then go down colder, another 70 degrees, and then you have the temperature in the South Pole. People don't live in the South Pole. It's too cold. Any questions, guys? No. Okay, that was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the video song and the PowerPoint presentation so that they can learn a bit more about the North and South Poles, which are sometimes referred to as the Arctic and Antarctic regions. And we'll be doing a worksheet activity soon so that we can demonstrate our knowledge. But for now, guys, it's time for our stretch sequence. Let's stand up and push in our chairs. For this worksheet, for this stretch sequence, we will have a game of teacher says. So listen carefully. If teacher says, we can do. If teacher doesn't say, don't do. So, hands on head. Touch your knees. Teacher says, touch your shoulders. Teacher says, hands on hips. Teacher says, touch your ears. Touch your nose. Ned? Teacher didn't say. Teacher says, walking on a spot. Stop. Teacher says, walking on a spot still. Teacher says, jogging on a spot. Stop. Teacher says, stop. Teacher says, turn around. Teacher says, turn back the other way. And back the other way. Excellent, guys. Teacher says, arms in the air. Teacher says, arms down. Teacher says, arms in the air. Arms down. Teacher never said. Teacher says, arms down. And teacher says, into a little ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teacher says, jump. Excellent, guys. And teacher says, sit down. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. And what we're going to ask our students to do now is imagine going on holiday or going to see the North or South Poles. What our students have to think is to use their imagination, and thinking back to the video and PowerPoint presentations, our worksheet has 3 categories. First of all, our students must think, if they go there, what would they do? If they were at the North or South Poles, what activities could they do? And secondly, what would they see? Remembering the animals or the different types of houses, what else would they see at the North and South Poles? And finally, what they would learn. Is the weather hot there or is it very cold? What can they eat and what kinds of things are there in the North and South Poles? So our students need to think and then write the sentences to describe their answers. So give our students around 20 minutes for this activity. And teachers, you can help too. You can draw ideas and write them on the board to help our students with their answers. But what's the first thing we need to do, guys? Write our names on top. And then at the end of the activity, we can practice speaking some of the answers together. So Chu, this one's for you. Pak Boom for you. You're welcome. Pat, for you. Nadia, this one's for you. Ned, for you. Down, this one's for you. Bangbon, for you. Plow, here's yours.
Thank you.
And Lakau, for you. So first thing, guys, write your names on top. And then have a think. Think about the video song, the PowerPoint presentation. If we go to the North or South Poles, what would we do? So the first question, what we did. Have a think about some of the things that you could do in the North and South Poles. If you were there, what would you like to do? What could we do at the North or South Poles? What's there lots of? Snow or ice. We could build snowmen. We could play in the snow. Think of some of the fun activities we could do. What we did, play in the snow. Excellent idea. But we'd have to get wrapped up. So another idea would be wear warm clothes. We'd have to wear lots of warm clothes. We couldn't wear shorts and t-shirts like we're wearing now. We'd have to wear lots of other things. So what we did, one of the answers could be wear warm clothes. And then we're ready, Pro, to play in the snow. Play, L-A-Y, play in the snow. Perfect. Any other ideas for activities in the North or South Poles? We wear warm clothes. We play in the snow. What could we build with the snow? Build a snowman. Or does anybody remember the name of the house we build in the North or South Poles? Igloo. Excellent. Build a snowman. Or if you want, you could build a snowwoman. Build a snowman, and the name of the houses in the North and South Pole, and an igloo. Excellent, guys. So there's 3 good answers for what we did. If we go to the North or South Poles, certainly wear warm clothes. Play in the snow, absolutely. There's lots of snow to play with. And that means we could build a snowman, and if we were staying for a long time, there's no hotels, we'd have to build an igloo, which are the houses, they stay in the snow. Next one. What we saw. So for this, what we saw, think about the animals. Think back, try to remember some of the animals. Polar bear, excellent. We would see polar bears. Polar bears. Any other type of animals we can remember? Penguin, excellent, Lackow. We would see penguins too. Penguins. Also, a type of animal that goes into the water and can come onto land. They flip-flap. Begins with S. We've seen in the video. Seals. Remember? Seals. So what we saw, we would see polar bears, penguins, and seals. Anything else we would see? Anything you can remember from the PowerPoints or the video presentation? Would we see people? Fish. Fish is a good answer. Fish is a very good answer because fish we would need to eat. We need to catch fish to eat. Would we see any people? Yes. There are people who, can you remember, do the people live in the North Pole or the South Pole? The North Pole. The South Pole is too cold. Nobody in the South Pole. But in the North Pole, people live. So we can say people. P-E-O-P-L-E. People. If you go to the South Pole, you won't see people. But if you go to the North Pole, you'll see people. And then finally, guys, what we learned. And I think the first thing we learned is it hot? No, very cold. Minus 40 degrees and minus 70. That's unbelievably cold. What we learned, it's very cold. Anything else we learned, guys? Think back to the video or the PowerPoint presentation? What are your thoughts about the North and South Poles? Number one, it's very cold. Anything else? Did it look nice? Did it look beautiful? All of the snow and the ice, so we can say it looks beautiful. Yes, I think so too. Lots of snow and ice. It looks and then finally, have to think about, would you like to live there? Would you like to have a house somewhere that cold? I would like to live there. If you would like to live there, I would like to live there. But if not, if you would not like to live there, I would not like to live there. So decide for yourselves, guys, if you would like to live there, if you would like to have an igloo in the North or South Poles, I would like to live there. But if you think it's too cold, not for you, you can say, I would not like to live there. Totally depends on you. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to use their imagination and think about the North and South Poles, and if they were there, what sort of activities and things they would see. And teachers, you're welcome to help them with their answers too, because now we're going to practice speaking together. So first of all, guys, what we did, wear warm clothes, play in the snow, build a snowman and an igloo. And then what we saw. The animals we saw included polar bears, penguins, seals, fish, and people. And then finally, what sort of things did we learn? It's very cold. But in the pictures, it looks nice. It looks beautiful. Yes. And then finally, our students have to decide if they would like to live there or not. If so, they can say, I would like to live there. But if not, if they think it's too cold and they don't want to go, I would not like to live there. Now in your class, you might have lots of different ideas and different answers. That's fine. The main thing is to have our students thinking and practicing writing and speaking too. And our students all did a great job, so well done, guys. And that's the end of today's lesson. So we hope you've enjoyed it, found it interesting, and now know a little bit more about the North and South Poles. And we'll see you again soon in the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again next time.